In light of recent events, VCs and community treasuries have been investing hundreds of millions of dollars into smart contract cryptos in a bid to expand their ecosystems. One of these smart contract cryptos is Algorand, which compared to other cryptos has somehow been outside of the spotlight, despite the significant partnerships and the acceleration of its blockchain development. In this video, we are going to show you the top 5 recent updates that you need to know about Algorand and what that could mean to the ALGO coin. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and to turn on the notifications so you always know when a new video comes out. A disclaimer alert is now in effect. This video is for informational purposes only. We recommend that you always seek professional advice. Let's dive in. Number 5. Updates. The demand for Algorand has been increasing as a result of its expanding ecosystem, which is slowly starting to outweigh the sell pressure coming from its core constituents. Just so you guys have an idea of how fast Algorand's ecosystem has grown, in May, there were around 500 projects being built on Algorand. By June, there were over 700 projects. One of these projects is the Exodus cryptocurrency wallet, which sold tokenized shares of its parent company on the Algorand blockchain to its US users. This must have impressed someone important at Arrington Capital, because they rolled out a $100 million ecosystem fund only a few days later. At the end of June, Algorand announced its improvements to the Algorand virtual machine in order to make it easier for developers to code smart contracts. Algorand also began a pilot program in order to make it possible for community members to be able to run relay nodes, and successful candidates should be announced soon. In July, Valkyrie Digital Assets launched its Algorand Trust, making it possible for institutions and accredited investors to get direct exposure to ALGO. This additional demand factor was complemented by the completion of Algorand's $200 million ALGO staking reward program back in August. Another thing that happened in August was the announcement that Cointex company Coinbanks had made a deal with the government of El Salvador in order to develop its blockchain infrastructure on Algorand. Algorand has also completed its integration with Wallet Connect browser extension, finally making it possible to access Algorand's growing ecosystem of dApps. In September, Algorand partnered with Wire in order to make it easier to buy the algo required to interact with certain dApps. In order to encourage the creation of even more dApps, the Algorand Foundation launched a $300 million DeFi Innovation Fund. Even after the DeFi Innovation Fund, Skybridge Capital turned up a notch by raising an extra $100 million for Algorand. Algorand was also able to secure a significant partnership with eMoney in order to issue European currency stablecoins on Algorand, which could be a precursor to another CBDC contract. Number 4. Price analysis. Algorand's impressive progress managed to pump the price of ALGO to a new all-time high of around $2.50, which is just above its ICO price of $2.40. ALGO has since then seen a sharp correction, which was not only due to the crypto market correction. If you look closely, you will notice that ALGO began crashing a couple of days before, because the accelerated vesting schedule, which was granted to investors, kicked back. However, the good news is that as a result of its horrible tokenomics, it is much easier to forecast ALGO's price action. As you can see, the pattern which we are seeing now is similar to the one we saw back in February. If the same scenario plays out, ALGO should climb back up to the $2.30 range over the next 2 months before being dragged down by Algorand selling schemes. Just so you have an idea of how much this supply shock has cost Algorand, look at this graph provided by the Algorand Foundation in a recent report. Even though the report was trying to prove that the introduction of all this supply didn't significantly affect ALGO's price, the visible reality of basic economics shows otherwise. The Algorand Foundation has received hundreds of millions of dollars from investors, which means it might ease off its structure of selling. Moreover, with the accelerated vesting that is happening over the last year, we could see it stop as soon as 2022. Even though this sounds like a long time, it is still far better than its first projection of 2024. Number 3. Governance. When it comes to Algorand's governance, it has been in the works since last November, when the founder, Silvio Micali, pushed for more decentralization. Although the details are still being hammered out and will likely change over time, here is more or less how Algorand's governance will work at the outset. On the 1st of October, ALGO holders will be able to become governors by committing ALGO tokens by using any official Algorand wallet, aka ALGO signer. Anyone who is an ALGO holder is eligible to become a governor, and there is no minimum amount of ALGO that you need to commit. The committed tokens will not be locked, meaning that you will still be able to cash out in case of an emergency. Algorand's governing periods last for 1 quarter, and you can apply to become a governor again at the end of the governing period. In order to earn governance rewards, you must keep the amount of ALGO you committed in your wallet for that entire period. Governance rewards are paid out at the end of every period, ranging from 6 to 30% per year, depending on how much ALGO supply is being committed and how often you participate in voting. Anyone can submit a governance proposal to the Algorand Foundation, so naturally, 1 ALGO equals 1 vote, and a 51% majority wins. Although the Algorand Foundation will not participate in governance directly, it will make its preferred option known, in which governors can allocate their ALGO according to its preference. In contrast to the Algorand Foundation, exchanges do get a vote in governance, and the Algorand Foundation seems to be coordinating with them so their voting activities are not disruptive to the community. Even so, we will have to see how it all plays out in practice. Number 2. Roadmap. Governance is just one of Algorand's many milestones. One of its most important milestones should be happening soon, and that is the 1.0 release of Algorand's virtual machine. The improvements AVM 1.0 will bring are too technical for us to explain in this video, so to oversimplify it for you, it will be better, faster, and stronger. The AVM 1.0 is necessary for the rollout of some of Algorand's more advanced DeFi protocols, including ALGO DEX, an order book-based decentralized exchange built on Algorand. Another one of these DeFi protocols is ALGOFi, a decentralized lending and borrowing market, which was incubated by the famous Y Combinator startup accelerator. These protocols are currently in their testnet phase, with the ALGO DEX expected to be launched in the mainnet later this year, and ALGOFi later next year. Until then, Algorand Inc. is aiming to make it possible to increase Algorand's TPS from over 1,000 to over 46,000 with the help of a new technology called Pipeline, which Algorand's developers are hoping to implement. Number 1. Concerns. There are concerns about how Algorand will be increasing their TPS, and to be able to do that, it will be increasing block size. This can lead to decentralization issues, as smaller nodes will be able to record the full transaction history for that Algorand. In order to solve this issue, Algorand will compress its blockchain history using zero-knowledge proofs. Using zero-knowledge proofs does have its limits, especially if something goes horribly wrong, and that is why Algorand's protocol has archival nodes as backup. However, Algorand's blockchain is growing at an unsustainable rate, which will only get worse when larger block sizes and faster block times are introduced. At the end of the day, zero-knowledge proofs will only work until they don't, since there is no history of Algorand lying around anywhere to recover from a critical blockchain issue. That could be the end of Algorand. But what do you think about Algorand and its upcoming updates? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to check out the Crypto Investing in Discussion Facebook group linked in the description below. We hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel so you are always up to date with the latest crypto news and analysis. See you guys next time. Take care.